Hello everyone and welcome to Gardening with Ben. In this video we're going to be talking about what to plant in the vegetable garden for September, as you can still plant stuff in September in the vegetable garden. It's getting colder obviously in the UK, so we're going to be talking about what you can plant this month, as September is commonly known in the allotment areas to be getting them tidied and cleared down, ready for the next year. But there's still some stuff which you can plant, so let's take a look at what you can plant in September. So in September you can be planting certain things this month which can be grown over winter, and you can be picking them next year. So let's see what the first thing is, what we can plant. The first thing you can plant is garlic. Now, when I first purchased garlic to plant on the allotments, I don't know if people thought the same, is that you just plant the whole garlic bulb in the ground and you're buying 2 bulbs for like £3 and you think, wow, this is so expensive. But no, what you need to do is get the garlic and take the cloves apart and plant each individual clove in the ground. Give it adequate spacing, as you'll need to be able to make sure that you can weed in between them all and keep them healthy. You can start them off in modules first if you want, to get the shoots growing on them and to protect them, or you can plant them straight in the ground. But ideally make sure they've got netting over the top, because the birds will love to eat the shoots off the top of the garlic. So garlic can be planted in September. Another thing you can plant in September is onion bulbs. You can get autumn variety of onion bulbs, what you can plant now rather than planting them next year in March. You can start some off in autumn. Again, you can plant them in modules to get them all started, to get the shoots growing on them, or you can plant them straight into the ground. And again, make sure you leave adequate spacing in between them all so that you can keep the plants weed free, as onions do not like to compete with weeds. So you need to keep them weed free and keep them healthy. Again, like the garlic, put netting over the top, because the birds will eat the shoots what grow off the top of the onion bulbs and they could destroy the crops, and you don't really want that. So make sure they're netted up and protected from the birds, especially the pigeons. The pigeons will absolutely love them, as well as all the brassica plants. Pigeons love onion shoots growing as well. The next thing you can grow is green manure. It's not something that I've grown before, which I really do need to start growing, so I might actually try some this year. In all your spare beds that you've got, you can pick up green manure seeds, and it's a case of just sprinkling them into the ground and letting them grow over winter. It will keep the ground clear of weeds as well while it's growing, and also it will add nutrients back into the ground, which will help produce better crops for your allotment. If you're not one for using manure, this will be a great addition to your beds. What else can you grow in September? You can grow pak choi. Pak choi can be purchased as seeds and grown in seed trays first and then planted out in the ground, and you can keep picking those all through winter and getting a crop of pak choi as well. Now, if you've got a polytunnel like me, these will keep fairly warm through the winter, and you can add different methods to keeping the polytunnel warm. And method what you can use is by putting tubs of water in it, and they will heat up and they will send out warmth in the polytunnel to keep them warmer as well. And obviously you can purchase the special heaters as well to keep them warm if you want to do that. Not something that I've done before, but you can grow lettuce inside your polytunnel, and you can be picking lettuce leaves and salad leaves as well. You can also grow salad leaves in the polytunnel throughout the winter as well. So then you still keep picking that crop through the winter time. You can also plant the lettuce leaves outside as well and be picking them through autumn and winter, right through till next year in spring, and they will continue with your summer croppings of lettuce right through the year and be picking more. So if you're wanting to grow something through the autumn and winter, lettuce is a good variety, but it needs to be the winter varieties that can be protected against the frost and the elements that you will get in the winter in the UK. One thing else that you can plant this month is, you've got to plant it in September. This is probably the last month to be planting it, but it's radish. You can get one more cropping of radish out of your allotment. So if you plant the seeds straight into the ground, make sure you leave spacing in between the seeds so that they can grow nicely and you can keep them weed free again. So plant some radish this month and you can be having them with your lettuce and your salad leaves that you're growing. So get those in the ground now, ready for a good cropping, and they only take a few weeks to grow as well. So try growing radish if you've not tried it, and radish seeds are very cheap to purchase as well. All these items, I'll put the links below so that you can purchase them as well from Amazon, which is safe and secure, so then you can purchase the seeds and try growing them yourself. So what else can you grow this month? You can grow spinach. If you want to become big and strong like Papa, you can grow spinach, and that can be grown in the polytunnel as well. So try putting some, if you've got black membrane down on the ground like me in my polytunnel, grow it in pots, and you can be keeping it watered throughout the winter if you've got water on your side. If not, you'll be getting plenty of water in your water butts from the winter rain. So try growing some spinach in your polytunnel, and you can be adding that with your meals. And I do like spinach, especially with my scrambled eggs. Spinach and scrambled eggs are lovely, and they do shrivel up very much, the spinach leaves, so it's good to grow plenty of croppings of spinach so that you're getting a cropping all the time. So this month you can also plant spring cabbage seeds. Now you can start these off in modules in the greenhouse or in the polytunnel, and then plant them out when they're big enough, and you'll be getting some cabbage in the springtime down on the allotment. You can also plant them straight into the ground if it's warm enough in your area. Remember, all this information is based on the UK temperature and where I'm based in Sheffield. So if you're living in colder climates, obviously adjust to the timings that you're growing in. If you want an early cropping of spring onions, you can plant some seeds now, and they will be ready in early springtime. So they'll probably be one of the first crops that you pick in the springtime, hence the word spring onions. So plant some spring onion seeds and you can be getting a crop in the springtime. The last thing that you can plant in September is turnips. Now, who loves a good turnip? You can plant these in the ground, straight into the ground, the seeds, because they don't always necessarily like to be moved when you're growing them in seed trays. So plant some turnip seeds into the ground. Make sure you leave plenty of good spacing. You can thin them out afterwards because the turnip seeds are very small, so they're very hard to handle. But plant some into the ground and then space them out when they're big enough. And once the turnips grow, you don't necessarily have to pick them all at once. You can just pick them as and when you need them, because they will keep in the ground until you actually need them. So that's been all the information on what you can plant in September. I hope you found it useful. Click the subscribe button to stay up to date with all my videos, what I post on here. I post quite a few videos, and I'm going to be posting a lot more coming up through the winter time to share the tips and advice what I use. I always love to share the information what I find out from the allotment. So click the subscribe button to stay up to date, and also check out the links below there for where you can purchase the seeds from, and also my website link is below as well, where I share tips and advice on stuff what you can grow. So thanks for watching everybody, and remember, keep gardening.